This series dates back to 1925. USC leads at 7-2 and has won 6 straight. And we're underway from San Diego, California. And here come the Hawkeyes, Smith-Marsette. And he is upended as he crosses the 20. And they'll run it on first down, and he is gobbled up immediately. Stanley, short drop with time, pulls it down, elects to run it, and he'll cross the line of scrimmage. Stanley out of the shotgun on 3rd down and 9. Stanley delivers in the I formation. Second man through. Goodson hopping through the hole. 2nd down and 7 at the 39. Stanley delivers near side. Nice throw and catch again. Goodson. 1st down at the 46. Sargent in the game at running back, and they run it around the corner. Smith-Marsette, he's a burner, and Smith-Marsette. 2nd down and 1 at the 45. Reganey the motion man, and they run it straight ahead for the 1st down. Play action. Stanley sets up and strip. Loose. Iowa gets on it, but that ball stripped. It's 2nd and 19 at the 43. Stanley still in the shotgun. Stanley delivers way down the field, and it's caught. Beautiful catch. Reganey. Stanley handing it off to Sargent. No, they reverse it, and here they come. Tyrone Tracy Jr. Touchdown, Hawkeyes. Keith Duncan in for the extra point, and it's good.
Such a good player, so calm in the pocket, very confident thrower of the ball.
He'll throw on 1st down, goes through his progressions, now dances out of the pocket and fires to the far side. Caught. Ihmir St. Brown. On 2nd down now, Slovis sprints out of the pocket, looking, sets, delivers sideline. Almost intercepted. 3rd down and 5. Here's Slovis up the sideline. He's got a receiver, and it's caught. Ihmir St. Brown. 1st down at the 40-yard line. This time they run it. Malapei with room. Jitterbugging. 2nd down and 2. Slovis going for it all in the end zone for Pittman. Incomplete, and a flag on the play.
Holding defense, number 11. 10-yard penalty, 1st down.
On 1st down, Slovis guns it, and close to another 1st down. 2nd down and short. Malapei breaks it back looking for the 1st, and he has it.
It's like you said, we get to see him race out there with horses.
1st down and goal, and they throw it to Malapei, and he is dropped immediately. Terrific open field tackle. St. Brown, the motion man. Slovis looks that way, and the end zone. Touchdown, SC. Drake London. It's empty backfield for Nate Stanley. Here's Stanley to throw it with time underneath, and he has his receiver Goodson, and Goodson will pick up 8.5, maybe 9 yards. And they'll give it to Goodson. Looking for the 1st down, the forward lean, and he has it for the Hawkeyes. Goodson again, bursting through the hole with room.
Offensive success so far on both opening series.
2nd down and 5, and it's Goodson. Goodson will get close to the 1st down.
They're so good, and they're so powerful up front, it's hard to stop them.
3rd down and 1. Goodson, and I don't know, it looks like it may be close. USC. 4th down and 1. From their own 47, there's a quarterback sneak, and it's a 1st down. Smith-Marsette, the motion man. Play fake. Stanley rolling, under pressure, dumps it off. 2nd and 7 at the 47. And that'll take us to the end of the 1st quarter, a fast-paced 1st quarter. Second down and 7 at the 47 for Iowa. Goodson the single setback. They'll give it to him. Chopping his feet, looking for a hole, and USC right there. 3rd down and 9 at the 49. Sargent still on his feet, picks up a first down. Got a blocker in front and goes out of bounds. Play fake. Here's the reverse. Smith-Marsette wants to throw it. Incomplete. He had his man. Stanley, quick throw this time in the flats, and he's got his receiver, Sam Laporta. And Laporta spinning. 1st down at the 16. Stanley guns it underneath, incomplete. Goodson. Stanley looking underneath, and looks like a 1st down. They give it to him on the reverse. Smith-Marsette, touchdown.
I got to tell you, I think it's going to be really tough to beat this kid out. Keaton Slovis is a really good player.
On 1st down, Slovis. And he delivers. Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Where you're trying to get me the ball, and the answer is always let the offense get the ball to you first. Let the offense work. All the coaching staff said the same thing, that these receivers bought in 100%. It's one of the reasons why they were throwing the ball so well late in the year.
On 1st down, Slovis checks it down. Malapei. And Malapei takes a big hit before being knocked out of bounds.
We're not going to convert a route. We're going to run the route that we told you to run, and you're going to occupy defense, and the ball will go elsewhere.
And this is an incomplete pass to Michael Pittman.
Big 3rd down here. Got to protect the passer.
Empty backfield for Slovis. And Slovis looking underneath. Caught. Amon-Ra St. Brown. 1st down.
He understands the defense, the structure, and what he's trying to do against it.
Slovis in trouble, and he'll eat it. 2nd and 19 at the 44. Slovis over the middle, and it's caught. London breaks a tackle. Malapei bounces it outside. Nice stiff arm, 1st down. Malapei cuts it back in. Still on the move, and look at that run. Malapei missed 5 games after knee surgery, but returned against UCLA to rush for 60 yards. They'll dump it down. St. Brown. And he'll tiptoe close to the 20.
And I think Amon-Ra St. Brown is a great slot player. He understands space, like I said, route running, terrific player.
2nd down and 2 at the 20. Play fake, Slovis, sideline, caught, Pittman, and he steps out of bounds.
The best offense returning next year in the Pac-12. They're going to miss only 2 seniors. Michael Pittman playing in his last game. Drew Richmond, who's actually not even playing tonight. He's injured at right tackle. He's the only other graduating starter.
Slovis, 11th play of the drive. Slovis, Malapei, touchdown. Everybody's open.
Good timing, great accuracy, equals yards after the catch. Touchdown, Trojans.
Extra point up and good. 11-play drive covering 77 yards. Good game so far. 14-14. Offenses look great. Not a lot of D going on. As SC sends it away, Smith-Marsette inside the 5. Hops through the hole. Watch out. He can fly. Smith-Marsette down the sideline. See you later. Touchdown, Hawkeyes. 98 yards.
Well, they've been 10-minute drives, and then boom.
Explosion. First down to the 25 for SC. Carr bottled up and dropped for a loss.
And these quarterbacks are going to have to score a lot of points.
2nd down and 11. Slovis throws it out. Carr. He'll be lucky to cross the line. Watch Michael Pittman, receiver at the top of your screen. He's been their go-to guy all year. Slovis in trouble, and he's sacked or hit as he throws. Loose ball. Iowa says they have it. And they do.
Ruling on the field was a fumble recovered by the defense. 1st down, Iowa.
Good design, a bust in protection. Neiman goes right after the ball, and that's going to be awfully close.
After further review, the quarterback possessed the ball in his hand, and it was going forward. Therefore, it's an incomplete pass. It would be 4th down and 10 from the 25-yard line. Please reset the game clock to 4 minutes, 33 seconds.
End over end kick, not a good one. Tracy Jr. in motion, play fake. Stanley, here's the screen, Laporta. And Laporta taken down.
He's done a really good job of playing the aggressiveness against USC.
And this will go against Iowa. It's like a false start.
Start offense, number 39. 5-yard penalty, 2nd down.
Stanley taking his time, now bounces it wide. Stanley delivers, caught, and out of bounds.
Legal touching offense, number 89, was covered up, went downfield, and caught the pass. 5-yard penalty, 2nd down.
2nd down and 14 at the 44. They play on. Stanley delivers, back shoulder, caught. Play clock winding down, and Nate Stanley calls timeout. 1st down at the 32 for Iowa. Goodson trying to get outside, and does. Crosses the line of scrimmage, and tiptoes out of bounds. Goodson. 1st down at the 22. Empty backfield for Nate Stanley. Stanley guns it, and it's caught. Smith again. We've been calling his name a lot in this first half. 1:24 to go. Here's Smith-Marsette. What a burst through the whole touchdown. This guy. So SC will get it again with 1:18 remaining in the first half. And this one in the end zone for touchback. You lost, according to Warner Wolf. 1st down and 10 to the 25. That one deflected at the line of Chauncey Golston with the block. Now Slovis airs it out, and nothing. Already with the sack in the first half. Slovis dancing. Slovis throws over the middle and caught. They have 3 timeouts remaining. Slovis under pressure. Slovis trying to reverse, and does. Slovis creating, and incomplete. Pittman just couldn't hang on. Slovis with time, underneath, caught. Slovis needs the 1st down, and
Ferentz took a timeout from the sideline.
Slovis, and that's going to be a 1st down. Slovis looking, guns it. Another 1st down, this time Tyler Vaughn's. 18 of 24, 159 yards passing in the first half. 1st down at the 39, but can he pay it off? Slovis drops back. Sideline pass, wide open. St. Brown. Slovis. And he'll just air this one out of the back of the end zone. He's a receiver in the slot at the bottom. Slovis doesn't look his way. Slovis in the end zone. Incomplete. St. Brown. And it's perfect. Shudak will send it away. Jones and Carr, the deep men for SC, and it's a touchback. Well, the Hawkeyes have held their last 13 opponents under 24 points, the 2nd longest active streak to Clemson.
I guarantee you that was part of the conversation for USC. They looked at the first half stats and they saw exactly what I told you. 28 passing attempts, 5 rushes. They come out right away, give the ball to Carr.
2nd down and 5. Slovis over the middle, and it's a catch. Pittman in traffic and goes down. Michael Pittman with a 10-yard reception.
Boom, that ball is out. It's on target, and Pittman moves the chains.
1st down at the 40-yard line. Play fake. Slovis, deep ball. He's got a receiver. Oh, what a catch and what a throw. He dropped it in the basket, goes down hard. Ihmir St. Brown.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense, number 95. Half the distance to the goal added from the end of the play, first down.
Fink had to come in, their third stringer to begin the year. Back up now, Matt Fink, and led them to a win against Utah. Let's hope Slovis is okay here.
First and goal at the 2. Ihmir St. Brown, 8 catches, 152 already. Slovis with the handoff. Carr, touchdown, Trojans. And just like that, USC gets into the end zone.
Now get a touchdown, and they kind of negate that great first half for Iowa and close this to a 4-point game.
She said, Mom, I'm old enough now. Here's an onside kick. Did it go 10 yards? Yes, it did. SC football. Clay Helton shook the dice, and they were hot.
Did a great job not touching that football, and nobody else touched an Iowa player. Remember, if someone else tried to block before that ball went 10 yards, that would have been negated. But everything goes 10 yards. He gets on that ball, and USC is back in business. How about that call from Clay Helton?
28-24. Slovis back on the field. First down and 10 at the 46. Malapei in the backfield. Slovis to throw on first down to the sideline, and it's caught. Tyler Vaughn's first down.
And he also said, I'm getting a free education.
That's right. You want to pay for it, Mom?
Do you want to pay for my school?
First down at 10.
His mom
43.
said, good luck.
Good luck, son. Here's Slovis. Hit. Loose. And SC has it.
Wow.
A.J. Epinesa stripped it. And Slovis is hurt again.
And now it's that right arm because he was trying to come across. He's reaching down on that right arm, right hand. They're fortunate there that they were able to even get that ball. It looked like it was going to fall right into Chauncey Golston, 57's arms. Here's Epinesa. Watch as he's throwing it, and right there he kind of gets a hold of it. That is a dangerous move right there because that can rip all those muscles and tendons as you're trying to strain and put that torque on your arm. See how as it goes backwards right there. Terrible for your shoulder as a quarterback. And Epinesa strips the ball out, and USC is fortunate enough to get the recovery, as that's Austin Jackson, who was Johnny on the spot. But Slovis is down. That is not a good move. That backwards arm, because he's trying to throw it forward, so he's got that strain under tension.
So that brings on Matt Fink.
Matt Fink, who beat Utah earlier in this season, came in when Slovis had that concussion we just showed you. Had a huge night for the season. He's thrown for just over 500 yards, 4 touchdowns, and 4 interceptions.
And look at Clay Helton getting his guy going. Encouraging Matt Fink.
And how about the crowd coming alive for Matt Fink, knowing what he did earlier in the year. The sideline coming alive with some energy as their star quarterback is going to be taken back to the tent, and that arm is going to be looked at.
And that last play is an incomplete pass. Epinesa, he already has a sack in the first half. Austin Jackson just can't keep up with him on that play.
Back from a 4-point deficit here in the second half.
2015 Prep All-American at Glendora High School. Dual threat.
You know, what they did so well against Utah is they threw it up 50-50 ball situations. They let their wide receivers win down the field in one-on-one opportunities against Utah. We'll see if they go back to that well here.
Second down and 10 at the 43. Here comes a blitz. Fink with the pitch. Malapei trying to pick his way forward, and he won't go far. Gang tackling by the Hawkeyes.
And that pass rush.
Third down and 9, a passing situation. The first for Matt Fink, coming in for Keaton Slovis at the 42. Play fake, Fink stumbles, in trouble, and sack. They brought the pressure, and Nick Neiman.
To USC, 2 linemen blocking 1 player, and 1 is free in the quarterback's face.
Trojans punted away. Max Cooper, the deep man. Oh, he muffed it and jumps on it quickly. Dangerous play for the Hawkeyes.
See how strained that really was, that last possession.
From the 10-yard line, Iowa starts. First down. Stanley standing strong in the pocket, and Goodson with the catch.
Now this is the opening possession for Iowa in this second half. Brian Ferentz has done a great job of both attacking the USC defense and yet also having that ball control style that is limiting the number of possessions for his opponent.
Second down and 5. Play fake. Stanley delivers over the middle, incomplete. Tyrone Tracy Jr., the receiver, he was open, but that ball thrown high. He's been electric. Smith-Marsette, there he is at the bottom. 3rd and 5. Stanley underneath and caught. Sam Laporta, the freshman tight end, with an 8-yard gain and a first down for the Hawkeyes.
Nice route here. He's going to come out and then he's going to get across the formation. This is why they're so high on Sam Laporta. It's those little nuances in his route running, even as a young player, that allow him to create space and then thus equal completions for the quarterback.
4 catches, 31 yards for Laporta. First down at the 23. Stanley under pressure and incomplete. That one thrown out wide to Sean Bayer. 2nd and 10. Goodson on the stretch, trying to get outside, but nothing doing. Afunga made that play happen as John Houston comes up and makes the tackle. Can the Trojans get off the field? 3rd down and 11 at the 22. Empty set for Stanley. Here they come. Stanley standing strong. Oh, another great catch by Sam Laporta. And a first down for Iowa. 3rd and 11.
Beautiful catch with his hands and hangs on in front of the defender while being hit in the air. First down.
So a first down for Iowa. Stanley, 14 of 17, 156 yards, and a touchdown. Torrin Young comes in at running back. They'll give it to him straight ahead, and Young power running as he slices through the Trojan defense. Now Ote finally brings him down.
That is such a demoralizing conversion because this USC defense has not gotten off the field tonight. All 3 possessions that the Iowa offense has had the ball, they have ended up driving down the field 6 plays or more and scoring a touchdown. It looks like USC has the upper hand. They're going to force a punt, and boom, Stanley, big completion to Laporta, and they move the chains.
2nd and 2. Smith-Marsette in motion. Here's the give to Young, looking for the first down, and he has it. John Houston with the stop. But a first down, Iowa.
It's been out there for a lot of time, and you got to wonder how they're doing from a fatigue standpoint on that defensive line with this big Iowa offensive line leaning on them for most of the night.
I formation, Ross and Young. Stanley. Timing pattern. Smith-Marsette caught over the shoulder and out of bounds inside the USC 20.
He is 15 of 18, 190 and 1 touchdown. He is shredding this USC defense apart.
First down from the 19-yard line now for the Hawkeyes. The pitch. Goodson with blockers in front of him. Goodson hits the sideline and finally out of bounds at around the 12. Greg Johnson ushers him out of play.
All right, you ready to see what a first rounder looks like? Watch this big boy run. Tristan Wirfs, 6'5", 230 pounds, and he is out there nimble, running. Doesn't get a devastating block, but it's just his presence. It's that lead back there. And Goodson, as a young player, does a great job being patient, staying behind that massive right tackle that he has, and he gains 8 yards. Great play. This, I mean, I tell you what, he could be a great player for a lot of years in the National Football League.
11th play of the drive, 2nd and 2 at the 11. They'll go straight ahead. Look at the pile moving forward. Wow. Stanley on a quarterback sneak gets 8 yards, and he's now inside the 5.
How about this push? Let them eat up front. They're feeling it. Great push. You see Wirfs in there, 64, Kyler Schott, Tyler Linderbaum, number 65. He's a redshirt freshman as a center and one of the tone setters for them physically. Great tough player. A lot of these guys have wrestling backgrounds. They understand leverage, toughness, and they're nasty.
First down and goal of the 3. Another quarterback sneak.
Well, now they're just trying to flex, right?
2nd and goal at the 1. Will they do it again? Yes, they will. Quarterback sneak. And they will not get in. That'll bring up 3rd down.
Here's the push. Trying to go right back to it. Great job there by number 1, Naote. Brian Ferentz, don't call something different. Don't do it. The world deserves a 3rd quarterback sneak in a row. Let's go.
The ruling on the field, the runner was short of the goal line. The previous play is under further review.
And they don't. They hand it off. Touchdown, Iowa. Tyler Goodson.
Have a little jump step, and he gets in. Did look like he got that ball across before a part of his body hit the turf.
Extra point up and good for Duncan.
Iowa faithful have probably wondered to themselves, like, where was this offense all season long? Well, part of the problem is you faced 6 top 30 defenses as far as yards per play. USC is not anywhere near that. And he is now on the sideline as Matt Fink is in the game for USC.
First down and 10 at the 25. Carr next to Fink. Here's Fink throwing on first down and caught out of bounds. Tyler Vaughn's
76th in turnovers gained, and they haven't even stopped Iowa one time tonight.
2nd down and 3. Carr, first down, hits the sideline. Nice running. Stays on his feet as he goes out of bounds.
So we did see the big play to Amon-Ra St. Brown earlier, but they just don't give many big plays up, and USC is going to have to methodically get the ball down the field.
Fink delivers. Tyler Vaughn's again.
He's going to want to jumpstart this offense.
2nd down and 5 at the 50. Fink finding a little rhythm now. Pittman with the catch. Should be a first down as he fights forward. Lost it. Picked up by Iowa, but he may have been down. 2nd effort by Pittman.
Was complete to Michael Pittman.
And they give it to the Hawkeyes.
O.J. Mudia was the corner over there, number 11.
The ball was fumbled and recovered by Iowa.
That knee is above the ground. That ball is out on the second effort. That looks like it's a turnover, and Iowa's defense comes up with a huge play.
So the Hawkeyes take over at the 43. Laporta, the motion man. They'll hand it off. Goodson.
But they desperately need a play here. They've got to get themselves off the field and get the ball back for this USC offense, now down 11.
2nd down and 7. Young, the single setback for the Hawkeyes. Play fake, deep drop. Here's Stanley, sets up, looking in the area of number 28, incomplete. Young Iowa looking for 7 yards. Stanley. Incomplete.
Maybe the ball needs to come up just a bit, but Reganey's got to go down there and get that completion and move the chains, and that's a big stop for the Trojans.
So Michael Sleep Dalton punting it away under pressure. And this ball fair caught at the 15. Amon-Ra St. Brown wears number 92 when he's returning punts, and then he'll flip back to his number 8 slip-on jerseys, they're called.
It looked like a giant 1978 jersey. The big floppy jersey.
First down at the 15 for Matt Fink. Fink will throw it, and incomplete. A challenge, 2nd and 10 at the 15. Fink rolls out, drops it off. Carr. Ooh, and Carr is leveled by Michael O.J. Mudia, the senior from Farmington Hills, Michigan.
Epinesa has had a heck of a game. He's at the bottom of your screen, rushing from the defense's right.
3rd down and 9 at the 16. Epinesa got back there. Fink rolling out. He's got to make something happen. And he'll just throw it out of bounds. But what a rush by Epinesa.
That's when you can create the edge, get around, and get that speed rush. He does a great job of clubbing that outside hand and getting there and forcing Fink to get out of the pocket.
Max Cooper punting. Excuse me. Ben Griffith's punting from the 1-yard line. Max Cooper is the deep man. Cooper has it and goes down quickly. Tyler Vaughns with the tackle.
Taken by Cooper.
Well, I think LSU is playing much better defense. I like them over Oklahoma. And I just think we saw Ohio State 7 times. They're so complete. They never throw out a dud. I think Ohio State gets it done. Big win over Clemson.
Here's Young. And that most likely will take us to the end of the 3rd quarter. The Iowa Hawkeyes lead the USC Trojans 35-24.
Presented pressure in first Slovis's face and now in Matt Fink's face and then the jet. Ihmir Smith-Marsette. They haven't been able to deal with his speed. He's won all over the field, running the ball, catching the ball in the return game, and now this offense will try to grind it out here in the 4th quarter.
2nd down and 5 of the 37. Stanley looking and incomplete. That one thrown tad high for Weeding. All in the first half.
5 of 8 on 3rd down. They've been doing it generally with their slot players, their inside receivers on little curl routes and hook routes just over the chains.
3rd down and 5. Stanley incomplete. Smith-Marsette, he had running room in front of him.
Smith-Marsette can't go down and get it. That's that inconsistency that creeps in with Stanley. He was so good in the first half. He was great early in the 3rd quarter, but hasn't been as sharp over the last couple of series.
St. Brown is the deep man. And he'll let it take a bounce. And it will be downed at the 21.
22-yard line.
So if you weren't with us, Keaton Slovis.
During the kick, personal foul, face mask, receiving team, number 41. Half the distance to the goal, penalty added from the end of the kick. 1st down. Timeout.
Fink on 1st down. Malapei cuts it back with some running room. Nice little jitterbug. And Vavai will gain 7 yards.
And they've changed up their personnel a little bit here and trying to slow down this rush. So what they've done is they've brought on their tight end, Eric Kromenhoek, number 84. And they're playing now with kind of a 3 wide receiver and a tight end look so they can put him into the backfield if need be and get some extra protection if they need it for Fink.
Malapei again looking for the 1st down, and he runs into a brick wall, which is Christian Welch. the senior.
And Christian Welch, he's been so good for them. He got hurt in the middle of the year, and they lost by 2 points. His absence was certainly felt trying to stop Jonathan Taylor.
Oh, my goodness, the ball is loose. Iowa has it at the USC 5.
Because, Gus, when you're in a short yardage situation, that center is trying to get off the line of scrimmage and get low as quickly as he can. When his head goes down, his butt goes up, and that ball tends to go high. In a short yardage situation, I'd much rather see the quarterback under center and allow that quarterback then to get the ball back to the running back if you want to run it.
First down and goal at the 6-yard line. Goodson in the backfield. Stanley to throw it. Stanley caught by Laporta. And not much. Greg Johnson right there with the tackle. No gain on the play. Second down and goal of the 6. Let's see if they run towards 74. Here's Stanley in the end zone. Incomplete. Smith-Marsette had not turned around yet.
Beautiful throw, bad adjustment by the wide receiver, and now it's third down.
Smith-Marsette with 3 touchdowns in this game. A rushing touchdown, a receiving touchdown, and a kickoff return. 98 yards for a touchdown. Can he get 4? Third down, goal at the 6.
Oh, what a mistake here. Did they get the timeout, or is this going to be a delay?
Before the play clock expired, timeout was called. Iowa, their first timeout of the half. 30-second timeout.
So Iowa did get the timeout. Third down and goal at the 6. Goodson standing right next to Stanley. Here's Stanley. Under pressure, steps up. Big fella wants to run it. Throws. Caught for a touchdown, but there is a flag. Brandon Smith with the touchdown, but was Stanley beyond the line of scrimmage?
Boy, it's awfully close. The flag is in the end zone.
Holding defense number 8. Penalties decline. Touchdown.
Here's the blue line, unofficial line of scrimmage. Stanley is running right down that line of scrimmage. Certainly part of his body is behind it. Yeah, there's no doubt he's behind the line of scrimmage. And he's able to get that ball to Brandon Smith. What a throw here. Watch as he torques his body back. And he's able to get it to Smith. And he catches it for a touchdown.
And after all those long drives, Iowa goes 3 plays covering 6 yards and scoring in 54 seconds after they recovered the fumble.
That's Jay Tufele, who was shaken up, the great defensive tackle, first team All Pac-12 for USC. But Kirk Ferentz has got to be absolutely elated with the way his team is playing. And now in his mind, there is one word going through his mind: finish. He wants his guys to finish this one off in the last 12:52.
Stanley talking to his center, Tyler Linderbaum. This offensive line has given Stanley some nice protection this evening. 42-24. Hawkeyes send it away into the end zone for touchback. Bowl game record with 150 kickoff return yards. And he tied a career high with 4 catches, one of them a touchdown. And they'll throw it on first down. And it's Kristen. First time we've called his name tonight, and he got a lot of playing time.
USC was really outclassed in that game, in particular in the second half, and similar field tonight.
False start, offense, number 21. 5-yard penalty, first down.
Part of the problem, I think, is they've got to commit more to the run game. There just has not been enough run game, and so the pass rush for their opponents can just start teeing off on their quarterback.
Pittman with the catch out of bounds. And
I know it's difficult, right? Because Gus, they've got a great quarterback. They've got great wide receivers. That's how they move the football.
here's a catch, Vaughns.
The problem is that's not how you win championships. That is not what the future is going to be for USC. But when you get into these games in these big environments against good defenses, you've got to keep the pass rush honest.
3rd down and 4.
Somebody has got to be looking at the play clock.
Offense. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
Someone's got to call timeout there.
3rd down and 9. Fink. Incomplete. Vaughns, the intended receiver. SC with Slovis going out has totally lost their mojo.
Yeah, they scored early in the 3rd quarter, and ever since then it's just been Iowa body blows.
Cooper deep. Has it at the 25. 1st down and 10 at the 26 for the Hawkeyes. Up 42 to 24. Young. And Young stopped by John Houston. Let's go downstairs to Jenny.
Well, Gus, I know we speculated this would be the end for Kedon Slovis, but now an official word from USA, he is done because of a shoulder and elbow sprain. Jacket on, and you mentioned it, it really did take so much out of the sideline with his loss.
Absolutely. 2nd down and 9 at the 27 for Iowa. Hawkeyes in no rush at this point. Here's Stanley looking. Flag on the play, and Stanley will slide down at the line of scrimmage.
There is no foul on the play. 2nd down.
Smith-Marsette, the motion man. Here's Stanley to throw it under pressure, and Stanley will be sacked. Michael Sleep-Dalton punting for the 3rd time. He'll punt this time out of his own end zone. 8:25 and counting. Ihmir St. Brown is the deep man. And this one downed. Fink to throw it, and he'll wind up for the deep ball with an open receiver. Incomplete. That one thrown late. Pittman was open. 2nd down and 10, and they'll run it. Malapei trying to pick his way forward. He'll be tackled for a loss. Chauncey Golston. 3rd down and 12 of the 45. And Fink caught. 1st down. Pittman. Great catch. Great route.
Recruits, 9 of them on the line of scrimmage, 3 defensive line, 6 offensive line.
Fink in trouble, and he's sacked.
Constantly, and I understand that the margin right now on the scoreboard plays into that.
And the field goal, no good.
One of the top 10, 15 programs in the country over the last 10 or 15 years. What a great job.
2nd down and 6 at the 25. Goodson.
I think you're talking about Tristan Wirfs as a potential top 2-3 pick in the entire draft if he were to stay in school another year.
Oh, look at this throw, and a 1st down for the Hawkeyes. And that's Nate Wheating. 17-yard gain.
And he's used the speed of Ihmir Smith-Marsette, the matchups that he could create. His quarterback played well. They've played physical at times. Gus just pounding away at that USC defense with a big physical offensive line. And they have got to be proud of the way this offense has played.
Goodson.
Nobody appreciates this style of win more than the Iowa fan base, right?
Yes, no doubt about it.
Tough, hard nose, long drives, running the football, some good game planning. flashing Ihmir Smith-Marsette. Boy, they are unapologetic about their style, the way that they go about it, the way that they develop their players in the strength and conditioning program.
Second down and 11 at the 44. Goodson.
When Smith-Marsette goes in the locker room, he better go up to Brandon Smith and say, hey, leave your feet, man.
You're right, you're
leave your
right.
feet.
Player down right now, though, for SC. And that's Taylor Stewart, the freshman from San Diego, right here, Helix. Isaac Taylor Stewart walking off on his own. And it looks like he is a head coach in waiting somewhere down the road.
And with the current trend in college football at Oklahoma and Ohio State, and now at Washington, maybe Gus is at Iowa.
Kirk Ferentz, 64 years old. 21 seasons at Iowa. Third down, 5. Stanley to throw it, looking for the first down to end the game. Incomplete. Smith-Marsette, but a flag on the play.
Personal foul, illegal block below the waist offense, number 36. Penalty is declined. The result of the play is accepted. Fourth down.
Well, they're going to get Brady Ross, 36. He's going to block Talanoa Hufanga, and he's just going to come out in protection, and he blocks him low. I guess they're saying this is from the side, but Hufanga is the one. Hufanga is the one that turned away from him. That's a poor call. I don't know if they're going to get graded down or not from their evaluator, but that defender, he clearly approaches him from the front. He can block him low from the front, and if the defender turns, that's on the defender.
Wow, what a punt by Michael Sleep-Dalton. With 1:52 to go, SC will come on to the field.
And he didn't get a chance to kick his 3 field goals and set the all-time FBS record for field goals and a season interception.
And it's intercepted. Neiman, touchdown Hawkeyes. A pick 6, a kick return for a touchdown, 2 passing touchdowns, 3 rushing touchdowns.
You know, this is, they gotta figure this out quickly. This is the University of Southern California.
Kristen slammed to the ground.
And they need to move towards excellence in this program because that's what their fan base deserves.
Malapei, and he's dropped for a loss to cap off the season the right way. Pei. Looks like that's the final play of the game. Iowa will improve to 10-3. SC drops to 8-5. Kirk Ferentz and the Hawkeyes win at 49 big points to 24.
Start out with a couple comments. First of all, just tremendous way to end the 2019 season for our football team. It was a really hard-fought game out there. 2 highly competitive teams, 2 ranked teams, and we've got a lot of respect for USC, their program, their team certainly. But I'm just really proud of our team, the way they prepared, not only this week but also the entire month, and that's always a challenge in bowl games. And this one was a little bit unique for us because it was a shorter preparation with the calendar falling the way it did. But I thought our guys really handled things well and then did a great job out here and obviously competed hard tonight. So just really, really proud of them. And the biggest thing for us tonight, it was a complete team victory. It was offense, special teams, defense, and everybody handed it, and that's just good football. So somebody handed me on the way over here just some statistics I think that are pertinent. It's the 12th year in a row we've had a defensive pick 6, defensive touchdown off an interception. Happy about that. 49 points is the most we've ever had in a bowl game. AJ Epinosa back-to-back 10 sack seasons. Ihmir had a touchdown rushing, throwing, and receiving, and kick return, almost throwing. And then 47 wins over the last 5 years sets a school record. So just really proud of our guys for that. And a 10-3 season, certainly that something that's tough to do in college football. So proud of our guys on that front. And just last couple of thoughts. It's been a really challenging month in Iowa athletics with the passing of Bump and Coach Fry. So I think when you think about both those men, what they stood for, what they taught was competing at a high level, and doing it with great competitiveness, but also with integrity. And that's one of the reasons I'm just so proud to be at Iowa. And hopefully this is one they both enjoyed tonight.